Have you ever wondered why your cat does something oddly specific in the minutes before you wake up? It is not random. It is not just cute. That one strange habit is about you, and it reveals more about your relationship than you think. Today, we will decode the hidden meaning, and by the end, you will know exactly what your cat has been trying to tell you. 1. The pressure test. Why does your cat sit on your chest or rest a paw on you right before you wake? It is not simply affection, it is a subtle test that blends trust and control. When your cat places weight on you at that moment, it is measuring how quickly you respond and how much you allow. Respond instantly, and you may be teaching it to expect attention at that exact time every day. Delay your reaction, and you signal that you control the timing. This is why some cats seem to wake their owners earlier and earlier. They have learned that it works. Your response in those seconds is not just a reaction. It is a training moment that can shape the visit you get the following morning and the bond you share. 2. The watch. Have you ever opened your eyes to find your cat silently staring at you? This is not a random moment. Your cat is reading your microsignals. Tiny changes in breathing, the twitch of a finger, or the faint flutter of your eyelids tell it you are close to waking. Cats learn these cues through repetition, storing a mental map of what you look and sound like right before you move. For them, this is the safest moment to decide what happens next. Approach for contact, wait for you to rise, or call for food. Here is the part that most owners miss. The choice your cat makes in this exact pause says a lot about whether it sees your mornings as a time for connection or a time for control. We will return to this later when we talk about the attachment signal. And hey, before we move to the next one, make sure to hit like and subscribe so we can get this video to more people who love their cats as much as you do. 3. The breath and blink sync. How does your cat seem to know the exact second you will open your eyes? Cats are expert observers. Over time, many learn to match their breathing pattern to yours and even sync their blinking to the slow rhythm you have before waking. When your breath changes or your eyelids flicker more often, they read it as a signal that you are about to move. This timing skill is not just cute, it is strategic. A well-timed nudge or meow right then is far more likely to get your attention than at any random moment. The more consistent your morning patterns are, the sharper your cat becomes at predicting them. This is one reason why they can seem like they are beating your alarm clock without even trying. 4. The attachment signal. When your cat decides what to do in that final moment before you wake, where does it choose to be? If it stays pressed against you, that is usually a sign of high trust and a desire for close interaction. If it settles on a perch near the door, it may be keeping a position of observation and control. Neither choice is wrong, but they reveal different layers of your bond. This is the choice we touched on earlier in the watch. Cats that choose closeness tend to feel secure in your presence. Cats that choose distance often prefer to set the pace of the relationship. By noticing which option your cat takes, you can adjust how you greet it in the morning, guiding the bond toward the kind of connection you want. 5. Your routine writes their clock. Does your cat's pre-wake ritual seem to happen at the same time every day? That is because your schedule is training it. Cats anchor their internal clocks to predictable events, and your mornings are one of the strongest signals they have. When you wake, feed, or interact at a consistent time, your cat learns to wait for that moment. If your schedule shifts often, it may begin its checks earlier, testing until it finds a pattern that works. This is why even small changes in your morning routine can lead to earlier wake-up times. The cat is not being mischievous. It is simply adjusting to the new pattern you created. If you want to change the timing, you must first change what happens in the hours leading up to sleep and in the first minutes after waking. 6. The silent guard. Why does your cat sometimes sit completely still beside you before you wake without a sound or any movement? At first glance, it looks like nothing. But for your cat, that stillness is an active choice. Cats often position themselves where they can see both you and the entry points to the room. In that quiet watch, they are keeping the environment in check. This behavior is rooted in survival. In the wild, cats guard resting group members from a spot where they can notice the smallest change in sound or scent. When your cat does this for you, it is acting out the same role. The difference is that now, instead of guarding another cat, it is guarding a human it trusts. It is one of the most subtle yet powerful signs of your bond. They are not protecting their own body in that moment, they are protecting yours. And the choice to remain still instead of walking away means they feel safe enough to stay close, but responsible enough to stay alert. And before we dive into the next insight, take a second to hit like and subscribe. It might seem small, but it helps this channel reach more people who care about their cats, their health, and the little things that make a big difference in how we deepen our bond with our feline companions. 7. The dream interrupt. Why does your cat sometimes wake you just as you are shifting in sleep or caught in a dream? It might seem random, but cats are finely tuned to notice micro changes in your body. A twitch of your eyelids, a sudden kick of your leg, or a shift in your breathing rhythm can catch their attention instantly. In their world, those signals could mean vulnerability. A restless companion might be unsettled, uncomfortable, or even at risk. So they respond the way cats have for generations, by reconnecting. Walking across you, nudging you, or even lying down directly on your chest is their way of resetting the pattern and bringing stability back to the shared space. Your cat is not only aware of you when you are awake, it is aware of you in states you do not even notice in yourself. That is not random behavior. It is an instinctive act of connection. 8. The night before rule. What if the key to changing your cat's morning behavior starts the night before? Cats often decide when to wake you based on their last burst of activity, their last meal, and the final lighting they experience before sleep. A focused play session in the evening burns off energy that might otherwise push them to wake you early. A measured protein snack before lights out can help them stay settled longer. Dimming lights at a set time signals that the day is ending. Even one of these changes can shift the timing of their morning visit by days or even weeks. And if you combine them with the 2-minute morning script we will cover next, you can reset their internal clock without causing stress or harming the bond. 9. The 2-minute morning script. What should you do in the first 2 minutes after you wake to shape your cat's behavior? Start by greeting it in a calm voice without rushing to meet demands. This keeps the mood relaxed and tells your cat that you control the pace. Guide it to a preferred spot, such as a perch or feeding area, and only then offer food or interaction. This sequence teaches patience while still rewarding connection. Keep the order consistent every morning. Cats learn fast, and when they know what will happen, they are less likely to push for earlier wake-ups. This short routine protects your sleep, strengthens trust, and turns those pre-wake visits from interruptions into moments that build the relationship you want.